Yep, actually, it's really weird because I've been with you guys for the last 3 months, and I made some friends along the way, especially my group mates during the green belt session. So some of them, as we speak, are in one cafe. Sorry, hindi ako nakasama, but promise next time I'll be with you guys. So, ayun, I'm really happy and really thankful for this opportunity. I know this is just a bonus of what we're learning aside from the black belt itself. It's an added bonus, added fit for this program for the BB Wave for our class. But to tell you honestly, the background of it is that for this year, that's really my goal, to be certified or to learn about design sprint, because I don't really have an idea on it. Carl actually reminded me of that when he emailed me last week or this week, that he just recalled that we're just chatting because I'm inquiring regarding design sprint, because all I know is that every 2 years yung black belt session na kinokonduct ni Six Sigma Philippines. So I'm really setting up myself that next year I'll be getting it from Six Sigma PH. But then a blessing in disguise presented itself, wherein out of nowhere I was surprised that they're offering it as well this year. So I take that opportunity. But at the back of my mind, I know that one reason is that I would like really to learn about design sprint. So when after our class or during our class, I really take seriously taking notes, even listening to some of the questions concerned that you're raising to Sir Arthur. And I'm really happy that we have a great facilitator, very knowledgeable on his craft. He was able to answer your question, especially this batch. Kaya meron mga saint dito eh. May mga saint tayo dito sa batch natin na we're really good in terms of providing another inputs or questioning how it's being or should be implemented in their own environment or their own business or line of business, di ba? So for me, I really capture all of those aspects. And then an opportunity also arises when one of our meetings, MANCOM meetings, a concern was raised because my project is about centralizing, because I know this is a common problem in all organizations, wherein we have different drives. We have local share drive, we have SharePoint, we have a lot of documents, and ideally what we're doing is the traditional, wherein we will create separate folders for each team, and then from each team you will have separate folders for each type of documents. But then in reality, we cannot maximize all of the materials and records and data that we have there. So originally, that's the concern that were raised to me by our MANCOM team. We can actually centralize both folder. So right then and there, I actually informed them that if you want, we can experiment. I learned something new from my training. So of course, it's really hard to introduce something new, especially there's always this fear of unknown. That's the first time that they will heard about design sprint. So a lot of question is, will that really work? It's another complicated methodology. When you heard design sprint, that's something really new or something not common. So what I did is to actually sell the idea to our top stakeholders as well, to our president. So I actually researched some materials in YouTube. I get at least 1 2-minute video and 1 5-minute video explaining how design sprint works. And then from my end, what I did is I actually prepared the Miro board already. Good thing our Miro board that we use on our training is still available. So every now and then, I still try to copy what activities did we completed, how we did actually implemented it or deliver it during our training. So preparation is everything for design sprint. So I created the Miro board ahead of time. And then I set up a meeting with the teams. You should have the right people in the team. So for me, we have people representing operations. We have our technical people. And so that's another thing that helps me propelling this project because from that particular or simple concept of just centralizing both drives, we realized that we can create a tool wherein even those web-based applications or link for those web-based applications can be available on that tool. And then another new concept that we realize is that why not every time there's a changes in those folders, especially those policies, those memos, those updates coming from our stakeholders or from our business partner, everyone or all leaders shall be alerted. So that's another functionality that we realize that even me, on my own, I'm not really particular or I'm not really conscious about that one. But because of we have a very good team surrounding me, we're able to deliver that as well. So our main role is always just to facilitate. So what I'm doing is that I requested, because it's next thing to impossible to request for at least 4 hours, 3-hour session per day. I requested at least 1.5 hour every day to ensure that, that's why we failed to complete it on 4 days, but we completed it at least 7 days before we actually completed the end-to-end requirements. But what I did is that ensuring that every time I start a meeting, I explain to them what will happen next. And then after every activity, I explain to them the rationale behind that. Similar to how Sir Arthur explained it to us. So I try to replicate everything, anticipate all the questions. A good thing we have a very good team here. That's why the project became successful. So as we speak, we have a light version of that already while we're trying to create a web-based application. So the light version is created by Microsoft Excel Visual Basic or Macro, while the actual tool will be created by an online platform so that we can also access it by our mobile phone or other gadgets that we have. So I'm really here not because when Miss Chris asked me if I want to share my experience, by all means I answer her yes, because you played a big role on the success of this project. Why? Because a lot of you provided good inputs. A lot of you presented your own design or Miro board during our training, provided other out of the box experience. That's something that we cannot learn alone by reading books or reading online materials. That's the essence of having this kind of training. And I'm really thankful for Sir Rex and Sir Arthur, of course, for providing such venue for us. So design sprint will always be actually, the funny thing is right now, I'm thinking I might be changing my career because they're no longer asking for a Six Sigma project. We have now an onboarding project that they want to improve. They're asking if we can run a design sprint because all attendees on that per session that I had was really happy. And I have an ongoing training ongoing design sprint project as well, wherein we're redesigning our employer branding. So we will start that with our new website. We actually presented it. The good thing about design sprint is that we presented it to BlueCap. That's a US-based web developer, and they know about it, and they're really impressed when they saw how we perform it using the Miro board. So that's a testament that this design sprint is not only for local organization, but you can actually present this across the globe and they will recognize it and appreciate it. So really thankful for Six Sigma Philippines for adding this really value-adding experience and learning. Sir Rex, Sir Arthur, of course, good student will only, or good professional or good student like me will only be possible if you have a good program. And that's something, and good mentor like Sir Arthur. And when I mention program, I believe I can speak for all of us here that not only here in the Black Belt session, but also in the design sprint, the teaching is really practical, no nonsense, straightforward. That's why everyone can actually relate and everyone can actually apply it while having the trainings. Okay, so that's the advantage that we have. So that's it. Thank you. And Some people are actually reaching out to me, have questions. By all means, please do so. I'm more than willing to help assist you because we're one team here. Our main goal after this black belt session is to promote continuous improvements, helping each organization to be more knowledgeable about quality assurance, process improvement, process enhancement. So let's be an agent of change. So that's it.